I did something I can't take back. I made my ex's best friend fall for me, on purpose. Not because I wanted him, not because I cared, but because I wanted revenge. And the worst part? Sometimes I don't even feel guilty. I'm 25 now, but this started when I was 22. Back then, I thought I was living in my own rom-com. I'd been with this guy, let's call him Matt, for 2 years. We met in college, the usual story. He was funny, charming, made me feel like I was finally the main character after years of being the quiet girl in the background. We moved fast. Too fast, maybe. Within months, I was spending every night at his apartment. His friends became my friends. His best friend, we'll call him Chris, was practically my brother. We'd all hang out together, late nights, pizza boxes stacked on the coffee table, laughing until our stomachs hurt. It felt safe, solid, like I'd found my place, until I found out Matt had been cheating on me. I remember the night it happened. I was at his place, scrolling on his iPad while he showered. I wasn't snooping, at least not at first, but the messages popped up on his screen before I could stop myself from reading. Her name was Anna, a girl from his class. The texts weren't flirty in a vague way. They were explicit. Dates, kisses, things I never wanted to read spelled out in blue bubbles. I felt like the floor had been ripped out from under me. When he walked out of the bathroom, towel around his waist, humming like nothing was wrong, I wanted to scream. But I didn't. Not then. I smiled. I kissed him. I tucked it away. Because in that moment, a darker thought had already taken root. If he can play games, so can I. I spent the next few days in a daze, pretending nothing was wrong. Inside, though, I was planning. I knew Matt's weakness wasn't just women. It was ego. He loved being the center of attention, loved feeling like he had control. And I wanted to hit him where it hurt most. That's when I looked at Chris differently. Chris, the loyal best friend. The guy Matt always bragged about having in his corner. The one he trusted with everything. And I thought, what if I take that away? Secret 1. The flirting. It started small. Casual comments, playful touches. Nothing anyone else would notice. At game nights, I'd laugh a little too hard at Chris's jokes. When Matt got up to grab drinks, I'd lean in and whisper something only for him. I wasn't even subtle. And the wild part? Chris noticed. He started texting me on the side. At first, innocent stuff. Memes, random links. Then, late night, "You up?" messages. I should have stopped it. But instead, I fed it. Because every ping of my phone felt like power. Secret 2. The confessions. One night, Chris drove me home after a party. Matt had left early, drunk, and Chris insisted on giving me a ride. We sat in his car outside my apartment, the air heavy with unspoken tension. He looked at me and said, "You know, I don't get why he treats you the way he does. You deserve better." And I swear to God, I almost laughed, because he had no idea how perfectly he was playing into my hands. I told him things I'd never said out loud, half-truths, twisted stories about how Matt made me feel small, unimportant. I painted myself as the victim, knowing Chris would eat it up. And he did. That was the night he looked at me differently, not as his best friend's girlfriend, but as someone he wanted. Secret 3. Crossing the line. It didn't take long after that. A few weeks later, Chris kissed me. I let him. More than that, I kissed him back. It wasn't passionate. Not really. It was calculated. Every second, I was thinking about Matt, about how, if he ever found out, it would shatter him. Chris thought it meant something, that it was the start of us. But to me, It was just the next step in revenge. Eventually, word got out. Not the full truth, not right away. But Matt noticed the way Chris acted around me, the lingering looks, the protective tone. He started asking questions. I denied everything, of course. Played the loyal girlfriend card. But the seed was planted. Their friendship started to crack. Little arguments turned into fights. And I sat back, watching it unravel, feeling both powerful and sick at the same time. Here's the thing, though. I never told Matt about Anna. He still thought I didn't know. So to him, it looked like I just stole his best friend. Out of nowhere. And that made it even worse. Let me pause here and ask you, if you were in my shoes, would you have confronted him about the cheating? Or would you have gone the revenge route like I did? Because honestly, I still don't know which one was more destructive. Eventually, it all came crashing down. Matt and Chris had a massive blowout, yelling, shoving, years of friendship collapsing in one night. And me? I stood there, pretending to be innocent while knowing I'd lit the match. After that, nothing was the same. Matt broke up with me, of course. Chris wanted to see where things could go, but I couldn't. Because the truth was, I never wanted him. I only wanted to hurt Matt. So I walked away from both of them. But here's the part I didn't expect. The guilt didn't fade. It grew. Because I didn't just destroy a relationship, I destroyed a friendship. Two people who'd been brothers since they were kids, torn apart because of me. It's been 3 years, and I still think about that night in the car with Chris. About the look on his face when he thought I was choosing him. About the look on Matt's face when he realized his best friend had betrayed him. And sometimes I ask myself, was it worth it? Did I actually get the revenge I wanted? The answer is complicated. Part of me says yes. Because for a moment, I felt powerful. I felt like I'd taken back control after Matt cheated. But another part of me knows I went too far. That in trying to hurt him, I became someone I don't even recognize. Seriously, leave a comment if you're still here. Do you think revenge ever actually fixes anything? Or does it just make you carry a different kind of pain? A few months ago, I ran into Matt at the grocery store. We made awkward small talk. He looked older, tired, like life had humbled him. As we said goodbye, he said something that stuck with me. You know, I don't even blame you. I blame myself. If I'd treated you right, none of that would have happened. And I walked away with this horrible realization. He'll never know the full truth. He thinks I did it because of his cheating. He doesn't know I orchestrated the whole thing, step by step. So, yeah, I made his best friend fall for me just to get revenge. And maybe the real confession is that, even now, a part of me wonders if I'd do it all over again. That's my story.